Hey, so this is James, and I need to pause you. I decided that since I can't get a battle to stay much longer than 2 minutes, that I would just run a tutorial on how to, do the whole Pokemon shebang on your computer. Now, the first thing you'll need is a graphics card that can support the 3D that is incorporated into 5th gen. It's stupid, but you need a half-assed computer. What you want to do is, I don't want to get flagged, so it's Desmume 0.9.7, and depending on your configuration, it's going to be either times 64 or not. So, what you want to do, the legitimate version will be in a zip folder called Wi-Fi, and you don't touch any of this stuff. You'll need to find all the setup files. You go up here into Wi-Fi settings, and what has to happen is you have to have a corded internet connection. It can't be Wi-Fi. You have to find a broadband cable. And when you find the broadband cable, you have to plug it in, and then you have to disconnect your internet. You have to disconnect the wireless internet, or else, the wireless will be your default, and your computer will be like, "What the fuck?" And you'll be like, "Come on, dude," and your computer will just hate you, and you'll hate your computer, and it will not be a loving relationship, and your computer will file for a divorce and get custody over the kids. So you want to set your default adapter to, you just disconnected from the adapter and you got your broadband hooked up. You set that in there, and what the heck just happened? I'm uploading a battle, don't look at that. What? No, not right now. Stop. Okay, so you got your ROM, and the ROM can be opened just with that. I might provide download links. I might, just to be cool. So I don't know what that does. That's funny. I keep hitting it and nothing happens. So once you do that, you actually have to run through the game a little bit to get to the point where you can access these lovely ladies up here. Yeah. These chicks basically just bitch slap you if you try to talk to them. They're like, sorry, you can't access that right now. And you're like, oh, please. And they're like, sorry, you can't access that right now. And then I try to walk through wall glitch to get through, not a glitch, an AR code to get through there, and it wouldn't let me. And they're like, sorry, you can't. And I'm like, ugh. So you actually have to progress through the game a little bit. You have to get your first gym badge, and then kill some Team Plasma guys. But that's it. It shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes, because you can do this while you're waiting. So this is called PokeGen, and it took me a while to figure it out by myself. That's why I'm doing this whole thing. So PokeGen is a generator for Pokemon that battlers use to create Pokemon easily instead of having to train them themselves. So what you want to do up here is, in your Pokemon game, after you get to a certain point where you want to actually start doing stuff, you go here, export backup memory, and you take that memory and you put it in a folder where it'll be recognizable, and you got to save it as a SAV file, as a raw save, not no cache GBA. Don't do that. So you save that, yes. And once it's saved, it can then be edited by PokeGen. I already have PokeGen open. What am I doing? You load, and you load the save file. And it'll take a little bit, and these are all the Pokemon that I have thus far. I haven't uploaded all of my teams to my online thing. They're all still in my DS. So, once you have this open, you can... I'll screw around with my Arceus. I made this Arceus just to get through the first gym. So what you have to do is you right click on the Pokemon, you hit view data, you can see all their stuff, you can edit the level, Nature, held item, ability, mat stats. You always want to have those at 31. You don't want manual stats, that'll screw you up. Yeah, that's illegal. I'm not going to use this RCS, don't even worry about it. I can delete it. What to make a Pokemon from scratch, all you really have to do is edit this and just be like, I want a Tangrowth, all caps, and it'll be nicknamed Arceus. And what we do here, what is that window that keeps popping up that's pissing me off? Stop! Stop! Stop. Okay. I guess you have to actually type it in. So I'm going to make it a adamant. Adamant! I guess caps lock doesn't matter. Always make your Pokemon happy, because then they'll love you, and I don't care. So, Regenerator, because that's what Tangrowth has. And that stuff doesn't matter. This is your index number. Really all that happens here is that if you're doing something illegal, like if you try to go on random battles online, the game will read your Pokemon and be like, hey, that number's 0, you're kind of an idiot, and your Pokemon will be like, don't you love me anyway? And they'll be like, there's someone else. And so you only really need to fill all this stuff out if you're planning on like trying to make your Pokemon look legit. And really, it takes forever to do this. If you look, okay, well, that's not what I meant. Like, if you have special EVs that you need and natures, I don't even know how to explain this process. The other Pokesave right here, it's better. This one's more convenient for Pokemon in bulk. That one's more convenient for individual Pokemon. So I have my Tangrowth. Cherish balls are illegal, so obviously all my Pokemon come out in heavy balls. I met him at level 1, and I egg hatched him. Yes. Okay. Hatch conditions. It was hatched today, I guess. So, stats, obviously 255 on everything's illegal, so we're going to run 252 HP, and 252 attack, and 4 special defense. Exciting. You can customize your hidden powers. There are hidden power charts. They have like, I have a massive table. I might upload a screenshot, maybe not. Here you got every Pokemon move that ever existed in the history of forever. So, Power Whip. Whip is usually what he carries. Sleep Powder. War Sphere and Cut? Why did I have that on Arceus? What are the other moves Tangrowth has? Ancient Power? That's what mine has. And then Growth. It's a Sun Team Tangrowth. And I don't even have a Sun Team on here yet. This is basically all you need. These are little tidbits that apparently matter. Like every Pokemon has their own individual extra bites if they're obtained legally. Some people say it affects luck. Some people say it affects just crits and evasion. I don't care in particular. All my Pokemon have 66 extra bites. So yeah. Oh crap. You got your Pokemon, you right click, you set. And there you got Tangrowth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can make like an army of little Tangrowths. So, after you're done making your Pokeblokes, what you do is you save the save file. See, that created a backup file, which was not what I wanted. You actually have to save the file as white save. It doesn't have to be named white save, but whatever. So now that I saved it, I can then open up Desmume. I have to restart. Oh no, is it frozen? There we go. Then you have to import the memory that you just edited. So now the memory is imported. You can use this method for action replay as well. If you have an action replay and you don't have an ace card or a flash cart or whatever, it's really slow. So you can go here. Where is it? Tools, language. Can you not do that in this? Why did I set it to France? Ew. I don't know where it is. Save Pokemon from tabs. Well, that's annoying. I guess you can't actually do that to the action replay. I'll do another one to figure that out. Here we go. So I saved this. Running this off my emulator. And if you look over here, we got our army of Tangrowths. Woo! They're all adamant, they're all named Arceus, and they all have the same... They're all really just clones. Oh, isn't he cute? It's actually not a bad Tangrowth. Alright, so next up I'm going to do a tutorial on this Pokesave, which is better for less competitive players. Alright,